Hello world, it's 20 to 9 in the morning, it's the 24th of October 2014. That was the eclipse. Quite inconsequential, but it's the big picture you've got to look at, or we've got to look at. In the last 24 hours, since I last did a video, the moon has changed sign, the sun has changed sign, Venus has changed sign. And all of a sudden, from yesterday morning, where we had 5 planets in Libra, then now, if you include Ceres as a planet, we've got 5 planets in Scorpio. Radical change in the last 24 hours. Big shift in the energy. A lot of people are going to find over the coming 48 hours that the dreams, the waking up in the night, the sweating, it's all going to calm down. There's a decrease in the panic, the freneticism. That doesn't mean everything else is going to quieten down. It's not. If anything, it's going to get faster. But it's also going to get a lot more refined. I was going to use a fecal analogy to demonstrate how there's a clearance going on at the moment, but that's probably a little bit too insensitive for some of my more delicately minded friends and clients out there. So instead, let me use the analogy of a log jam. It's as if over the last month or so, whilst Mercury's been retrograde and the eclipses have been coming, there's been a big log jam. And then last night it seems that somewhere one of the logs in the centre of it broke or cracked or moved, and all of a sudden there's movement. Now this movement is going to get faster and faster in the coming few days and couple of weeks. In 36 hours, almost exactly from now, Mercury stands still. But that doesn't mean that at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, Saturday night, everything's going to suddenly turn around and be wonderful, because it's not. Mercury will still be standing still for a couple more days, stationary, even if it's moving forward extremely slowly. And it's going to be in shadow for a few weeks yet, i.e. it's not going to come back to its original position in the heavens where it started retrograding from, until, synchronistically, coincidentally, call it what you like, the 11th of November. That's when Mercury exits its retrograde shadow. More on this one later. At the same time, it's not only all the other planets that have changed sign and Mercury stopping going retrograde, it's also Mars is about to change sign. Mars has been happily trekking through Sagittarius in the last 4 or 5 weeks. Mars likes it in Sagittarius. It's a cheerful, bouncy, optimistic, bit simple, bit like a playful big doggy that's never going to grow up. But at the same time, it's a lovely position because it breeds optimism and hope. It's not been a particularly hopeful time for many of us in recent months, but Mars in Sagittarius has given us something to pin our hopes on. Now Mars is going to move into Capricorn, which is actually an even better place for Mars. Mars loves being in Capricorn because Capricorn's attitudes and ethics towards things like hard work, discipline, focus, concentration, loyalty, structure, boundary, all good Capricornian and Saturnine words. Well, Mars is looking really good here. Mars in Capricorn is going to be much more industrious, active, proactive, and it's actually going to be getting a hell of a lot of things done. So look at the first 10 degrees of Capricorn in your own horoscope. See what house it's in, see what angles it makes, but primarily what house it's in. And know that the coming 2 weeks are going to be a very, very industrious time in whatever area that's in. So there's a lot of change coming up. There's a lot of movement. Venus and Mars have changed sign, or changing sign. The Sun is changing sign. Mercury's stopping going retrograde. The big planets are sorting themselves out now. Saturn's beginning to brew, ready for its movement into Sagittarius in some 7 weeks from now. I did November's videos yesterday, so I'm well up on what's coming up in November. And to be honest, November for most of us is going to be a doddle. It's going to be quite easy, with one massive exception, and that being the 11th of November time, of which more later. Today, Moon's in Scorpio all day. It's a lovely day, bit intense, bit deep, bit penetrative and psychologically orientated, but at the same time, it's a day where you can get things done, you can make decisions, you can make things happen. Today, after the last 3 or 4 days of intensity, it's going to be a little bit of a lighter day, and it's going to be a productive one. Have a great one. See you later. Bye.